Okay, are you gonna come up? You wanna come up? Okay, good boy. Someone once asked me if I could be anyone in the world, who would I be? And I can't remember at the time who my answer was, but now that I think about it, if someone were to ask me the same question now, I would say I would want to be the best version of myself. Hi friends, welcome to my channel, I Avin Zuri. I'm Zahra, and today we're going to talk about evolving and becoming the best version of yourself. So some of you may have noticed that the slogan on my YouTube channel is consciously recreating myself. The reason I chose those words is because as humans we need to evolve in order to survive. By evolve I mean to grow, adapt, and to always learn. This year more than ever, many of us have had to adapt to circumstances we couldn't control. Yo! And as humans, it's good to evolve mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. When we do this, we gain new understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Evolving sometimes means eliminating. In the last 2 years, I've eliminated many things that don't help me evolve. Whether they're jobs that aren't helping me evolve financially, friendships that I've outgrown, or relationships that aren't healthy and that I don't see a future. I've also eliminated things that actually don't make me happy, such as it could be as simple as clothing or shoes or a type of food you don't like to eat or a type of music you don't like. I know eliminating friendships and relationships can be challenging, but you have to see that if it doesn't benefit you, then why have a certain relationship or a person around? If it makes you sad or unhappy, then there's no point in having a certain person in your life. Sometimes that might even just be family that you have to eliminate. Eliminate! In the last few years, I've had to do many of both, eliminating friendships and relationships. And I've never been happier, honestly, I've never been happier. I know initially, right after eliminating such long-term friendships or relationships, it is very difficult. It feels like when you've quit something, there is that pull, you long for them, but you realize that at the end of the day, it's for your own survival and it's better for you. The cleansing of your palate spiritually. Change is good. As I'm filming this video, it's starting to get warmer. Spring is near, and with spring comes change, newness, and a new life. Because if we don't change, we are doomed to continue the same patterns, making the same mistakes, and never actually getting out of certain situations or relationships or problems that we'll continue doing over and over again. Sometimes it's scary to change, but I think that it's even more scary if we don't change, if we don't evolve. For example, when I decided to break up with my ex of 5 years, I was terrified. I had never lived on my own before. I had nowhere to go, but I could not stay in that relationship. I had outgrown it. I was also very alone, but at the same time I was very excited. Scared because I had never lived alone before, and I didn't know how I could manage it. But I knew deep down that I had survived far worse in my life than having to live alone. So I took it up as a challenge that I would make the best of it. And looking back now, I don't think I could ever go back there. I don't think I could ever compromise my solitude, my peace and quiet for anyone. I think that I learned living alone is to enjoy my own company. Ever since I started living on my own, I've become very selective of who I spend time with, my quality time with, and who I share my space with. And don't get me wrong, this has nothing to do with the current pandemic that we're living through. If you're coming from the future, this video is being recorded during a worldwide global pandemic, and we are in self-isolation. This growth has made me appreciate the friendships that I have, the friendships that have helped me grow, the friendships that have stuck around through the rough days and the hard days. That the bonds that I make with these friends are far more lasting than any others. And that's because I've come to know who I am and the things that I value in other people and the things that I look for in friendships. And I've learned boundaries, and I have had to set boundaries for myself, and I've had to learn to say no to people, even if they are friends. I've learned to make myself a priority because at the end of the day, I am my longest commitment. The longest relationship that I have is with myself, and if to stand up for yourself is extremely important, because if you don't stand up for yourself, sometimes no one else will. Because we see it in media, we see it in movies, TVs, magazines, we see it everywhere. We criticize our hair, the way we look, our skin, our attitude, our ambitions. And I've realized that I've had to become my biggest supporter, because the world will try to push me down and push me down and push me. And there's no one around except me who will have my back 100%. I know it sounds corny, but the way you speak to yourself really matters. And I've had to change the way I speak to myself. You wouldn't put up with someone talking you down, so why would you allow yourself to do the same, if that makes sense? Some things I did more of this year and last year is to spend time with myself, quality time with myself. When we could in the past, I would go to the movies by myself, and that was one of my favorite things to do, and that was my safe space. It was a quality time that I would be able to spend with myself and really just enjoy the activity. And other times I really enjoyed taking myself out on a date, going out, getting dressed, going out to dinner, and just loving life. Sometimes I would just go to a restaurant and say, party of one, here I am, and I would order what I wanted to order and just really enjoy people watching. Alone time is very important. When I first moved into this apartment, I had a dance party one day, and then I had a breakdown another. But the dance parties with myself, alone, in my kitchen, the best dance parties I've ever been to. I was so happy, I was so ecstatic that I could jump with joy. It was, I'm sure my neighbors were like, who is this crazy girl? Why is she blaring her music at 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning and dancing like a crazy person? But I was so happy, and I've realized that 2 years in, and I'm still doing that. There are moments of pure joy and happiness that I've never felt before until now. And as part of my self-growth, this YouTube channel has been a source of outlet for me. It's been a source of learning and evolving. And I enjoy every moment of it, even if it doesn't lead anywhere. I enjoy making these videos, and I enjoy being here and learning more about myself, learning a new skill, and continuing to grow. Buddy, it's okay. Yes, Theodore has words to say. So friends, we've come to the end of the video, and if you like that video, please leave a comment down below, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and I will see you next time. Bye!